Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. The issue of a shareholding government has once again come up. This time not from Rigathi Gachagua, but from Aron Cheruyoit, the Kericho senator and the majority leader in the Senate. Cheruyoit is saying that Ruto made a covenant with those who voted for him to build affordable housing units. So the question begs, when William Ruto was campaigning for the presidency, was he making a covenant with all Kenyans or with only those who were to vote for him? Listen to Aron Cheruyoit before we continue.
The only assurance that I give ni kwamba between majority leader and the National Assembly, Mheshimiwa Kimani Ichung'wah na hawa viongozi wa National Assembly ambao wako hapa wametuhakikishia kwamba wakati wanarudi tarehe 12 kule bungeni, within 1 week watamaliza hiyo sheria affordable housing. We comply with what the court wants, watume katika Senate, na sisi katika chini ya mwezi moja tutamalizana na hiyo sheria, vijana warudi kazi na tujenge nchi yetu, because this affordable housing program is a covenant that President William Ruto entered between him and the people that voted for him, and nobody should dare come between that program. Kama mahakama wanasema sijui nini na nini hajatengenezwa vizuri, sawa, tutarekebisha na tuhakikishe kwamba wale vijana wengi hawa wanasimama hapa ambao wata benefit katika hii Elgeyo Marakwet from affordable housing program hawatatatizwa kupitia wale wajuaji wanakimbia kotini na kusimamisha mipango mzuri ya serikali.
That's Cheruyoit. And even before we dig deep into this analysis, when the head is rotten, the tail will obviously rot. If you see Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua inciting Kenyans, pitting communities against communities, expect their foot soldiers to do exactly that. We saw Silvanus Osoro just 2 weeks ago storming Simbarati's meeting and shooting at residents who had attended that meeting in South Mugirango. Politics in Kenya Kwanza, led by William Ruto and his deputy, has been politics of hate and exclusion. Wale watu wa kurusha mawe, wa kung'oa reli, if you never voted for us, you are not a shareholder. Dynasties, hustlers, wenye mshahara, wale hawana mshahara, wengine hawataki wengine kupata nyumba. Politics of hate and divisions. That has been William Ruto and his team's brand and style of politics. And now the majority leader is just copying from the master. That's politics of exclusion and is clearly lying in broad daylight. William Ruto made that covenant, if any made any covenant. Ruto made a covenant with all Kenyans. And at that time, a vote had not been taken. So when this senator says the covenant was between Ruto and those who voted for him, he's just confused. He does not understand what he's saying. And also, those remarks by Cheruyoit confirms that he's out of touch with the ground. Recently, a survey was done, even in areas that supported William Ruto and voted for him. A whopping majority, if not over 80% of Kenyans in those areas are against this housing levy. So who is Cheruyoit speaking on behalf of? Who is he speaking on behalf of? Because even if you go to Kericho, where he represents, ask those residents, do they approve of this housing levy? A majority will tell you no. So Cheruyoit is out of touch with the ground. And that's why in most of elections in Kenya, we do have surprises. where you are seeing people who are not expecting to be voted out are being voted out. It's simply because of such reckless sentiments and beliefs by people like Aron Cheruyoit. The mere fact that Rift Valley supports William Ruto does not mean they support the housing levy. That's something that Cheruyoit should not confuse. I know he's talking that way because he thinks now that the Kalenjin nation supports Ruto, then they are supporting the housing levy. That's very far from the truth. Cheruyoit should actually go back to the people and ask them, well, it appears the people he's talking to are not telling him the truth. And now let's have a look at some remarks also made by Kimani Ichung'wah, remarks that exposes the kind of a trick William Ruto had with the judiciary. Kangumu, MP Ichung'wah urges Ruto to slash judiciary budget after housing levy ruling. I want to plead with you, Your Excellency, don't allow your government to be sabotaged or undermined by cartels and masters of state capture, either through judiciary or even in the legislature. Kangumu. Rais Ichung'wah likewise hinted at the possibility of the state slashing funds allocated to the judiciary should it continue foiling Ruto's development agenda plans. So Kimani Ichung'wah on his part is threatening that as Kenya Kwanza, they will slash the budgetary allocation to Treasury. That also gives us an insight as to why William Ruto met Chief Justice at State House Nairobi. Ruto's main aim and intention was to influence the judiciary. So the additional budgetary allocations were just meant to compromise the courts. I think Ichung'wah is exposing that very well through these remarks. So Ruto and his team, they are not tactical. There are people who keeps on moving from one blunder to the other. I don't think Kenyans will now trust William Ruto's aim of adding more funds to the judiciary, because it's now coming out very clearly that the funds are to compromise the judiciary. And now why is Kimani Ichung'wah talking this way? I strongly believe things are falling apart. They thought Chief Justice Martha Koome could help them influence the lower courts to toe the lines, but the Chief Justice is finding it very, very hard. And I'm seeing a situation where if it continues, we might start seeing very soon William Ruto and his allies calling for the removal of the Chief Justice, because they are now seeing her as being of no use to them. Ruto wants a Supreme Court and a Chief Justice who they can easily compromise. As much as the Chief Justice might be friendly to them, she might be finding it very hard to compromise the lower courts. That's what I'm seeing here. And again, it exposes the kind of impunity in this Kenya Kwanza government. You find a senator saying that the affordable housing units was a contract covenant between Ruto and those who voted for him. When it comes to the deductions, everybody is being deducted. Why can't they just deduct from those who voted for them and they build those houses for them? Why are they deducting from everybody? Does it mean this government, Ruto and his team, they are deducting from those who never voted for them to build houses for those who voted for them? A completely confused government. A government in turmoil. Nothing is working in Kenya Kwanza government. Top leaders are just out there to incite and to pit communities against communities. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.